Hi, everybody. I am just going to explain this week's daily reading skills assignment. In the first box, let me get that off of there. In the first box, where it says main idea Monday, you're going to read the paragraph, determine the main idea, and then list two supporting details. Remember, the main idea is what the paragraph is mostly about, the general statement that you could say, this is what the paragraph is telling us. Supporting details need to be sentences. They can't just be words. They're sentences that support what you say the main idea is. So in the example from last week about the dogs, the main idea would have been that dogs can communicate without words. Supporting details can't just be eyes, for example. It has to be a complete sentence that backs up the main idea. So from last week, you might have said dogs, how dogs stand in their movements or body posture can express their feelings. That is a way that dogs communicate without words, so it is a supporting detail. You'll do the same thing this week with trees, trees, trees. For the second box, we've got fact and opinion Tuesday. The difference between facts and opinions is that facts are things that can be proven, either true or they can be unproven as well. So sometimes what you would list as a fact might be incorrect, but it is still, it would fall under that label of a fact. Opinions are things that express our own personal feelings about something. So, for example, this topic says, do you want to build a snowman? If I were to list a fact, I would say that the freezing temperature is 32 degrees Fahrenheit. That is a fact. We could look it up and we could see if that's true. My opinion is I don't like snow. So those are the differences. That's the difference between a fact and opinion. For Inference Wednesday, I definitely want to draw your attention. This is just like what we had last week. For the inference, the first one was a picture. So some of you just stated observations. To say that there are two girls in the picture, that's not an inference. An inference is not directly seen or stated. To say that there's two girls in the picture that are holding each other, that's an observation. It's not something that we can safely assume. But what I can safely assume about this picture is that the girls are scared. How do I know that? Because of what I see. Their facial expression shows a look of fear. So that would be a safe assumption. So an inference is not directly seen or stated in the text. It's something that you can safely assume is true. And then on the side, you are going to use the text to come up with some inferences and some answers. On the context clues Thursday, the underlined words those are nonsense words. They're not real words. But what you are going to do is try to use the context to come up with a definition. What would those words mean based on the other words in the sentence? And then for Friday, it's sequencing. You're going to use your text box to place the numbers 1 through 5 next to each sentence to show the order in which the events occurred. So you have to read through all of them first because you've got clue words in there like after or when he finished his homework. So whatever this is, it has to come after the homework sentence. And then like last week, there is also a bonus. It's to create a short comic strip that shows at least 3 things you do before you come to school each day. In this instance, right now, it might be 3 things you do before you start your schoolwork from home. You can take pictures. You can draw pictures. You could use Google Photos to pretend that it's you, or you can get a picture of something like when you brush your teeth before you start school in the morning. So you might just Google a picture of a toothbrush. Those are the bonus boxes. 3 things that you do before you start your schoolwork. Okay, I hope that helps. Please make sure that you are watching the videos before you're doing the assignments because that can prevent a lot of mistakes, wrong answers, and me typing and saying the same thing over and over. Thanks.